Hello. It's been a while. Um, yeah, it's been a while, and life has been up and down, and my weight has been up and down, and my eating habits have been up and down, and I don't know. I my health is not doing so great at the moment, and I have started to try and take charge of it. It's a long story, and I don't know how long to make it on here, to be honest. But anyway, um, I've I don't know how long it's been. It's a year, more than a year since I uploaded something. I've had trouble with YouTube, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to upload this, but we shall see. I thought I'd record it first and find out if I can upload it or not. um, what's the story? Um, I've been I've been on and off, trying to be raw, trying to stick to whole foods, um, struggling with the addiction to processed foods. Always vegan, 100%, never not. Um, you start to do something and chaos ensues. Um, she's now headbutting the flipping iPad. Um, so yeah, excuse the movement. It's Skylar rubbing her cheek against the iPad. So yeah, it's the addiction, and I can blame the addiction, or I can take responsibility for it. There's no point in my thinking, woe is me. I have an addictive personality. I just, I do. I've been addicted to all sorts of things over life, and food seems to be the hardest one to disconnect from or sort out. Or anyway, but um, yeah, there's been one attempt after another, and never really sticking to one protocol. And so at the moment, um, I'm focusing on whole food, plant based. I love the idea of being raw, um, but I need to let go of I need to let go of the all or nothingness of that, and just accept that whole food, plant based is healthy. It's certainly going to get me to better places than um, than um, than junk food. So yeah, I'm concentrating on whole food, plant based, and understanding that raw food is also whole food, plant based. So if I can just um, stick to whole foods, then I'm at least gonna have the benefit of that. What is helping me focus right now, ironically, is it ironic? I don't know, but it is to me, because I find it remarkably easy to make sacrifices for other people, and and historically I've found it really hard to focus on myself and give myself what I need. So my partner had a health checkup recently, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. He went for just a general health check because he's 60 something, so he gets those. I'm still in my 50s, so I don't get health checks, even though I have asked for one. Anyway, long story. He went for a health check and had alarmingly high blood pressure, and it freaked him out so much that he's actually taking blood pressure medication. But, you know, I know that a whole food plant-based diet will bring down high blood pressure, and so I bought him the book How Not to Die when it came out, because he has struggled with sort of healthful eating. He struggled possibly more than I have. Certainly made fewer attempts to sort it out than I have. So anyway, I took that book off the shelf and put it in front of him on the table, and said, look at the blood pressure stuff in here. This is what I've been trying to get us to do. So he's gone, oh, okay, yeah, no, let's do that then. I'll do that then. And so I have been cooking whole food plant-based meals for him with low salt, miso instead of salt, basically, because it spikes blood pressure far, far, far less than salt does. Anyway, so because I am supporting him in whole food plant-based eating, that's how I'm eating again. So, but anyway, I've been struggling with my health also lately. So for the past 6 weeks, 2 months, like 2 months ago, I had a really very stressful couple of days, and afterwards felt like I had a cold or something, but it didn't feel like a normal cold. I just felt really rough. My throat hurt, and I developed a cough that lasted for ages and made me unable to sleep and blah blah blah. And I haven't felt right since then. I've felt really tired, achy, like really, really mild but fluey feelings, etc. Anyway, I took myself to the doctor. In fact, over here in the UK, you have to, or at least at our doctors, you can't call the doctor's surgery anymore. You have to fill out an online form and explain how you're feeling or why you think you need to see a doctor. And so I did that, and didn't have any communication with the doctor, but got told they ordered blood tests. So I went and had my bloods taken, got a report back saying my bloods were fine. Meanwhile, my thyroid had swollen. So I've got it. You can feel there are bits coming off my thyroid in swelling, and it's painful. And my neck became really stiff, and my ear hurt, and my collarbone hurt, and it's hard to swallow. So having got the "your bloods are fine" comment back from the GP, I filled out another form and told them about my swollen thyroid. But I had already told them that I felt like there were thyroid issues going on. Anyway, I got to see a doctor yesterday who told me, yeah, but your thyroid readings are fine. And I said, yeah, but my thyroid is swollen. So, what's that about? Anyway, they're sending me for a scan. She felt it, said yes, that it's swollen. And they're going to send me for a scan And I know what will happen is that I'll go for a scan. They'll say, yes, you have thyroid nodules. We already know this because 18 months ago, a similar thing happened. I went for a scan and got told my thyroid was swollen, but I had the blood test saying my thyroid was working perfectly fine. So it's working perfectly fine, and so that's absolutely fine. The fact that it's swollen is neither here nor there. I mentioned yesterday to the doctor, because it only just occurred to me in the waiting room, that swollen thyroid is quite often due to low iodine. So I mentioned this to the doctor yesterday, and she said, "Oh yeah, no, we wouldn't test you for iodine. That's a specialist test." I said, "Okay." And she said, "And in any case, your thyroid readings are fine. Your thyroid levels are fine from the blood test." So I said, "Yeah, if my thyroid is fine, why is it swollen?" She said, "Oh well, we'll get it scanned. We'll get it scanned anyway." Fuck them. I'm doing stuff to try and sort myself out. So I'm now not doing Dr. Goldner's protocol, and I know that potentially what I am doing won't help, but I am eating chia pudding in the morning for breakfast. I am having a smoothie for lunch, and then I'm eating a whole food plant-based supper. We'll see what happens. The thought of doing the protocol at the moment, I know it's stupid, but I am so tired. And I'm cooking whole food plant-based for my partner. I, I can't I can't at the moment wrap my head round making myself Dr. Goldner's meals and him cooked whole food at the moment. I haven't historically, I've just not been able to cook one thing for my family and another for myself. It's just too much work. If eating this way doesn't help, if it doesn't solve the problem, I will reconsider doing the full protocol, and see if I can cope with doing both things. And if I can't, I will probably just say to my partner, "You're on your own, kid. You know, we've got all of the cookbooks, and he can sort himself out with the whole food, the cooked meals." So, yeah, slight ramble, brain not working properly, really tired. I'm just really tired. And this was, another of the issues that I had with the GP, and I don't know. Our system, our health service, it is broken. Basically, the doctors have 10 minutes to see you and help you. And quite often I feel like I go there and they're already thinking, this is what we're going to do, and I'm going to get them in and I'm going to get them out. Like, she'd read the form that I'd filled in and said, she had her little, we'll address this issue, this issue, this issue. She had the answers that she wanted to give me, and she didn't really want to discuss anything. I know that she was running 40 minutes late because I had been sitting in the waiting room for 40 minutes, because 10 minutes is not enough time to deal with each individual, and she has to pick and choose which ones she listens to and which ones she doesn't. And it so happens that I was one that she didn't want to listen to yesterday, so that's that. So yeah, I'm trying to sort myself out. Why I'm uploading to YouTube, because it's I'm announcing it to my 22 subscribers. that I'm doing something again. But you know, this time, previous times I've tried not to concentrate on the weight. I'm trying to concentrate very hard on health. That's what I want to focus on. All right, cheers, my dears. Bye for now.